$1 billion short was just placed on Palantir and Nvidia by none other than Michael Burry. If you don't know who this guy is, then I really call him a perma bull. Basically, about 3 to 5 years ago, he was advocating for everybody to short. Basically, when everything was going downhill, people were praising him. It turns out it was just a pullback, and 3 to 5 years later, we know now that it's been an insane market, one of the best bull markets ever. He lost himself and his clients a lot of money and has gone silent for the last 3 years. He is pretty famous from the movie The Big Short, but he is back and recently posted last year as stocks are heating up with valuation. I remember a couple months ago, even a few months ago, when I saw Nvidia at a 30p ratio and saying it was an amazing buy. But now Nvidia is spotting a 56p ratio. It should have been at a forward PE, which means for the estimated growth it's going to later on a 26 to 35 PE. But even the forward PE is starting to get a little bit expensive. And his Palantir short is basically had a 500 to 400, maybe even 600 PE ratio is the stock's valuing. Personally, I wouldn't buy any Palantir due to the high valuation, but it is an amazing company. Basically, how PE ratios work, the higher a PE ratio is, basically is the price to earnings versus the company. But the reason it's trading at such a high valuation is because of the crazy growth and the kind of company it is. It doesn't just work in AI, it also works with defense and directly with the United States government and military for contracts, and it's an amazing company. But due to these high valuations and both stocks are trading over historical valuations, he decided to put $1 billion short as the market's heating up, and we've been in part of a zigzag. We haven't been in a bull or a bear market recently. Personally, Nvidia is looking a little bit more expensive side, so I'm not buying anymore. Even though I do hold some shares, I'm not selling either. And Palantir has been trading through 600 to 400 P ratio for this whole time, so nothing new. But what is new is the price that their market cap is still growing, and they're not exactly dropping in valuation either. But just because the biggest bear does not come back doesn't mean we panic. So personally, if I was holding anything risky and was up hundreds or thousands of percents on something like Palantir or other stocks, like my iron position, I am slowly trimming or selling out of that. But mainly I buy and hold long term, and some of my shorter positions are only open for weeks or days with IPOs and other stuff like that. Just want to update you guys on the decision because you might be seeing him in the news somewhere if this does work out for him or it gets wiped out. He'll either make a ton of money or get liquidated. Maybe he'll predict 2 of the last 50 recessions instead of just one this time. So who knows? Personally, I'm more of a perma bear leaning towards Tom Lee. Pretty much always bullish any circumstance, always buying the dip. But there is always another side of the story to everything. For every perma bear, there's a perma bull, and he is one of them.